Ravens Wrap is brought to you by Bud Light, FlyLady.net, Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Ravens247.com, the original Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
And welcome back in the special playoff edition here of the Ravens Wrap Show on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio 93.5 The Beach, broadcasting from the Blue Ox, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City with Ravens Roost 44. Give yourselves a hand.
Butterflies?
Yeah. Trying to do their best Raven imitation. Want to thank our friends, of course, at the original Green Turtle, all the folks here at the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, Bud Light, FlyLady.net, the Ocean City Golf Club, G&G Outfitters, Ravens247.com, the Comfort Inn Gold Coast, and JCTickets.net. Mike Bradley, Tony Lombardi, and John Gehrig. And the task at hand coming up, 1 o'clock Sunday, the Houston Texans come to the bank, M&T Bank Stadium, for a AFC Divisional Round playoff game. Houston coming off the win against Cincinnati at home last week. And just real quickly running down, the Ravens on October the 16th hosted the Houston Texans, won that one 29-14. Since then, quickly wins over Tennessee quite convincingly, Jacksonville, Cleveland, at Tampa Bay a win, at Jacksonville a win, at home against Atlanta a win, at Cincinnati a win, Carolina a loss, Indy a loss, Tennessee a loss. They lost their last 3 games going into the playoffs, but to a certain degree, those games didn't mean anything. They had locked up, especially the last game of the season, whether they won or lost didn't mean anything. But they come back strong. They beat Cincinnati last week. And TJ Yates, that was the perfect formula, guys. TJ Yates had to do very little in terms of throwing the football. They were able to do what they do best, run the football, throw when they need to. And, of course, that defense, even without Mario Williams, that's a stellar front seven especially. A lot of high draft picks on that defense.
Yeah, they really got after it. I thought early on, they were being beaten pretty badly by the Cincinnati Bengals at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball early on, but they made some in-game adjustments, particularly on defense.
I mean, it was 10-10 up until late in that first half.
Yeah, and they, like I said, they made adjustments and they really turned it on. They're a good football team. It's a really solid team. And in fact, I think they're a lot like the Ravens in many ways, but they're based on running the football. And it's a lot easier to run the football and have your quarterback manage the game when you're at home against a lesser opponent like the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, Arian Foster led the league in rushing last year. This just goes to show what we're talking about. He's an undrafted free agent, this guy. And so we're talking about Ray Rice. Running backs. I mean, you can't pay the running backs. But anyway, Arian Foster is a special guy. Ben Tate, local boy.
Yeah, Snow Hill, Steve Decatur.
That's right. Coming back to M&T Bank. Last time he fumbled the ball going into the end zone.
Yeah, right.
The lineman recovered it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But you're right. They run the ball. And what makes Houston so tough, though, is to have the quarterback and Matt Schaub, a veteran quarterback, to go along with Owen Daniels at tight end, Andre Johnson, one of the best receivers in the game, and they just don't have that. So now you're coming with Yates, a rookie quarterback, only 6 games, a third-string guy, 6 games in his career as a starter. So he's got no shot coming on the road. Houston's a tough place to play, so it's friendly for him. Coming into the Ravens, equally or more tough place to play. This is a totally different experience, unlike anything he's ever seen in his life. He's got 0 chance. 0.
2 things that stick out, Tony, for me with Houston is the resiliency of this team, though, down to their third quarterback. Without Mario Williams, Andre Johnson's missed a significant part of the season this year. So they've been resilient. They're still in the playoffs. They've won a playoff game. So, to me, they're not easily necessarily beaten down. Secondly, TJ Yates, the one thing that he's got a great supporting cast. Excellent run game behind him. Andre Johnson back. They've got good receivers. Owen Daniels, the tight end, as John mentioned. And then defensively, they're number 2. They're actually statistically better than the Ravens. If anything, he's got a great supporting cast for a third-string quarterback, which probably, for most teams down to the third string, probably wouldn't have that.
Well, he does have a good supporting cast, but I would argue that Andre Johnson's not the Andre Johnson of last year. I think he's still not 100%. And Owen Daniel, he was limited in practice today.
Got a hand injury.
He might have some issues too. So, I think on paper he's got a great supporting cast. But here's a stat that I think is really mind-boggling. A rookie quarterback has not beaten the Ravens in Baltimore since November 23rd of 1997.
And who was that quarterback? Do you know
that was Jake Plummer for the Arizona Cardinals.
I remember. Yeah, okay. That was like a 16-7 game or something, if I remember.
So I think that there's something to be said for that. The Ravens' defense is a lot better now than it was back then.
That was
obviously,
not.
in '97.
That was not a playoff game. The first home playoff game in 5 years.
Well,
That's right.
that was during the early years of the Ravens, with the illegal logo.
Yeah, when you have an 8-game winning streak and you have a team that really obviously loves to play in front of the home crowd at the bank, 18 of 19. I think that they feed off that energy. I don't think they do feed off that energy. And when you have that with this defense, that killer-like instinct that the defense has, I think, you look at the sacks this year, and I know you're a stat guy, Mike, 48 sacks, I think, this year.
Third, just behind the Vikings and Eagles.
33 of the sacks have been in M&T Bank Stadium. That's a significant portion.
And they come in bunches, too.
They do, and they're +7 in the 8 games in terms of turnovers. I would think there's probably some stats in this press guide for when the Ravens have a +1 turnover ratio at home. It's probably staggering the number of wins that they have. Last time when they played the Texans, they were down 2 in turnovers. They turned the ball over twice, and the Texans didn't.
And here's a stat as we go to break here. During the John Harbaugh era since 2008, the Ravens have outscored opponents at M&T Bank Stadium 817 to 426, almost 400 more points. That's amazing.
2-1 almost.
Double.
Yeah. We'll get our predictions and continue to analyze the game against the Houston Texans. The Ravens Wrap Show, Comcast Beach TV.
G&G Outfitters, Inc. is a premier full-service in-house provider of branded merchandise and marketing solutions. With over 20 years of proven experience, G&G continues to successfully produce branded merchandise for some of the world's leading corporations, associations, and teams. From start to finish, G&G Outfitters is your single-source, one-stop partner for promotional products, logoed apparel, and all of your branded needs. For more info on the services and capabilities of G&G, visit ggoutfitters.com or call 301-731-2282.
Welcome to the Comfort Inn Gold Coast. Conveniently located just 1 block from the beach and adjacent to shopping at the Gold Coast Mall and the movie theater. Newly renovated and open year-round with a marvelous bayfront view. Visit us on the web at comfortgoldcoast.com and see our hot deals and great golf packages, or simply call our direct reservation line to plan your stay.
What's this all about?
We're giving Rich the NFL experience of a goal line dive.
Really?
There's an easier way to get an ultimate NFL fan experience. Just snap the tag wherever Bud Light is sold and you could win. Bud Light in the NFL. Here we go.
Can I make it?
On the internet, yes. Into the end zone, no.
Are you embarrassed to invite people to your home to watch your favorite football team? Well, don't worry, because you're not alone. FlyLady.net is the support you need. Join us and our more than 600,000 members and learn how to crush the clutter and game plan your way through routines that'll help you organize your home and your life. Tackle clutter and get your home game day ready with FlyLady.net.
Back in our playoff installment of the Ravens Wrap Show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens, 93.5 The Beach from the Blue Ox, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City. And guys, lots to get to. By the way, the Ravens, and it's not an if, when the Ravens win next week, you'll want to come back for this taping next Wednesday. We'll have WBOC and I believe WNDT as well, TV, with us here, Daily Times from Salisbury as well. So it'll be a big media event. They're going to come to cover the show.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the NFL Network and ESPN.
Right.
We're hoping, yeah.
Get your pick.
We'll be on this TV back here.
Right. I have my resume handy, right? So we'll be good to go. So you want to be there for that one. By the way, Bruce says hello, and he'll be back next week as well. So looking forward to that. And we've got.
Imagine that! It's a big media week, so Bruce will be back for that.
Hey, we've got Division AFC North Division champion hats that we're going to be giving away next week as well. So a lot of incentive to come back here next week. Hopefully you will join us down here at the Blue Ox.
Who's giving them away?
Well, we will be.
We are?
Yeah, after we take 3 for ourselves or for
We'll conveniently be shorthanded.
All right. Gosh,
one for you, two for me.
Yeah, right. Lots to get to here. I guess quickly, guys. Just talking about this Houston Texans team and their makeup. Okay, we know about T.J. Yates, quarterback, taking over third string. We know Arian Foster, top back. Andre Johnson, Owen Daniels, good receivers for them. And then their front seven. I mean, they are absolutely one of the most aggressive and productive in terms of sacks this year. And you looked at J.J. Watt, that interception he made, which I thought that was the turning point in the game against Cincinnati last week. They've got a lot of guys up front. Forget Mario Williams for a second. They've got athletes.
His backup, Connor Barwin, I believe his name is, he has 11.5 sacks. So they really haven't missed a beat. They have a good defensive scheme. Jonathan Joseph, one of the free agent.
Former Bengal, yeah.
Former Bengal, one of the best free agent pickups of the year. He's playing lights out for them. So defense is tough. One of the highest ranked defenses.
Number two
in the league. So this is not a. This isn't like it's going to be a track meet here. We're going to have to execute plays, and so it's not a. I said they have zero chance of winning. I still believe they have zero chance of winning, but we are going to have to execute, and we're going to have to tackle Arian Foster. That's really the deal to this game. If we tackle him, shadow him, don't let him catch balls. We kind of held him back, Tony, the first time we played him. He had 40 or 50 yards rushing.
15 for 49.
Yeah, and 60 yards receiving, 100 yards. If we can hold him to that, didn't score. Even if he scores once or even twice, the Ravens will be all right.
Yeah, that's the formula. You got to stop Arian Foster because it starts and ends with him. Because if you can take that security blanket away from T.J. Yates, if the Ravens don't turn the ball over, they're going to turn it over. T.J. Yates is going to turn it over in Baltimore with that crowd against that defense. He's a rookie. He's just going to turn the ball over. And then when that happens, the Ravens' record is tremendous at home when they win the turnover battle. So that's going to be the difference in the game. So we can talk about execution on offense and defense, whether they block their assignments, whether they make their tackles. That's where it's going to be won and lost. And in M&T Bank Stadium, that's where the Ravens are going to win.
They were asked about, or John Harbaugh was asked in the press conference earlier this week about the zone stretch play, and that's where the Ravens, especially on the backside, they're going to have contained. They can't flow too quickly. I mean, Pittsburgh, that's one thing. They may be a very good defense. They flow way too much to the play side. They're way too aggressive at times. They give up plays. I thought we did a great job against Houston back in October of doing that, maintaining the back edge and, holding Foster. I mean, 49 yards.
Well, yeah, and if you can do that when Matt Schaub is your quarterback, because your playbook's wide open with him, it's dummied down a little bit for T.J. Yates because he's a rookie. He doesn't have access to all those plays. So if you know that going in, it's going to be more easy, in my opinion, or easier to contain those stretch plays.
Yeah, and it's really a benefit, really fortunate to have had success against a non-divisional opponent, to play them in our stadium once already, especially with some high quality guys on their side. So we have to have confidence, knowing we already stopped one of the better players in the league, Arian Foster, and they have to be, kind of scrambling a little bit, knowing they got stopped. So here it is, we're stopping one of their best guys. We came out and scored 29 points.
They were without Andre Johnson in that game.
Yeah, that's true, but they had Matt Schaub. So I agree with that.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah, so it's, we did score 29 points. We put up a few big plays, and then we wound up kicking field goals. That could have been a blowout.
Yeah, 5 for 5. Billy Cundiff in that game against the Texans back October 16th. By the way, guys, a balanced game for us. Flacco, 33 passes in the game against Houston last time, 30 rushes. Joe Flacco, 20 of 33, 305 yards in that affair. Ray Rice, 23 rushes, 101 yards. So very balanced. They got the job done.
And that, Ray Rice, I think, only had 16 yards rushing in the first half. So you got to stick with the run. That's the importance of Ray Rice. You just stick with the run. He wound up killing them in the second half in the fourth quarter, which changed the game, and that's when the Ravens took off.
Bolton had a huge game in that one.
And along the lines of Andre Johnson, if you're going to be worried about him, he's got to have a guy that delivers the ball. In 6 starts so far this season, T.J. Yates has 3 touchdown passes total. And this season, the Ravens have given up 11 touchdown passes throwing.
30 seconds. Let's get our predictions.
I think, I want to pick a blowout here, but the Ravens just don't blow teams out. I want to say 41-10, but I'm going to say 27-13. Zero chance for the Texans.
Yeah, I feel like, John, the Ravens lack a killer instinct. They'll probably be up 23-3 in the third quarter. It'll finish 23-10, Ravens.
I'm coming close to you. I like the Ravens 28-13. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. It has been the Ravens Wrap Show, playoff edition right here on Comcast Speech TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, 93.5 The Beach. Go Ravens. We'll see you next week.
Ravens Wrap is brought to you by Bud Light, FlyLady.net, Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Ravens247.com, the original Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.